So this is a teardown of a Belkin battery backup. It is a F6C 1500-TW-RK and it's a 1500 VA battery backup. So if you have one of these and the batteries are bad, you're going to learn how to take it apart and get to the batteries. If you don't have one of these, you can see what kind of build quality Belkin battery backups have. Although this is pretty old, so I don't really expect it to be too exciting inside. So they started off on the wrong side of the battery backup. My expectation is I've already expected the wrong thing. Let's see here. So it looks like this front panel actually comes off. Notice it take the screws off. Oops. Looks like there's a little tab here that holds the front cover on. You push down on it and then it slides up like so. And it locks back down into place. Tip is on the back, so you can see what the front view looks like. So under the side here, a little plastic tab you have to push down, and then this slides sideways, so that way, like this, and lifts up. And there's your batteries. Just curious to see how they're connected here. Tip this on the side so I'm not fighting gravity. Disconnect, I guess. Using some spade terminals. Looks like this red wire here is holding the other side of the pack together. And basically it's two batteries that are taped together and I would assume run in series. Nice thing is this, well, no, it's not sticking very good now. Be nice if they color coded. Red goes to here, negative, so yeah, it's a 24 volt system. Just uses two of the standard 12 volt batteries with, I don't see the amp hour. I assume 7 amp hour. F2 terminals. Big terminals, not the little F1 terminals. As you can see, if I can get that off. Big terminals. Yeah, I don't know if these are 7 or 9 amp hour. A little bulgy. Now that front cover's off. See if we can split this in half. Probably not because there's screws here still that I'm seeing. Alright. Now it should split in half. What am I hung up on? There might be some clips. Or it's friction. I'm not pulling this apart perfectly straight. Oh, there are going to be some screws in the back. You can see there. This does have a cover for a management card, which is kind of surprising. That's weird. So you can see inside there the management card connects from. And it comes with a blanking plate and plate with ports. So maybe the management card doesn't include that plate. Alright, now every single screw that I can see is out in theory. It does have some weight to it, so I expect there will be a decent sized transformer in it. The hidden screw right there. It was hanging on for dear life. And, should have known. Luckily, you don't need to get inside this area to do anything. Really no reason why the average person should be taking the cover off like this. Technically, there are things inside here that could shock you. The capacitors for the inverter can hold quite the charge. Got the cage here for the supplemental management card. Just a normal ribbon connector cable with the connector on the ends. Card edge connector for the card itself. Disconnect the transformer. You're holding on for dear life. Gotta be mindful though, some of these things have sharp edges. See if we get this transformer out of the way. Alright. Oh, I don't think that screw came. Alright, there we go. This has some nice weight to it. Snip. Don't really know what that means to me. I'm just curious. No, these are different components. I was wondering if top and bottom was the same design, but nope. I shouldn't be ripping stuff off like that without eye protection. Heard something go flying. What'd I miss? I think the board's holding it in place. Out of curiosity, very unlikely. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's attached to the board. I may end up cutting it. Where? The board itself is made by Delta, so that's nice. I feel like Delta is a pretty good brand for power supplies and power supply accessories. Although this would be neither, but yeah. Oop, another screw. I like Delta stuff personally. Alright, let's see if we can figure out why this isn't coming apart. Hidden screw? Oh. Maybe no. It doesn't pull hard enough. Use my side cutter to disconnect this. Maybe it's slippery. Here we go. So I don't want to do it with my fingers. Too many sharp things around it. Bottom side of the board. Lead is really shiny. My understanding is this is why they do that. They cover the traces like that is to increase the amount of current they can carry versus just having normal traces like this. But here's the branding made by Delta. See a bunch of opto isolators here. Power transistors, probably, maybe for switching, I don't know. Some more transistors. Nice Rubicon caps. I like to buy Rubicon capacitors personally, so it's always nice to see. Had good luck with their stuff. Name brand, that's always good to see. Another transistor there. I would assume this side, all the busy stuff is going on. That's probably what's doing all the power conversion, especially when the battery cables are coming in through here. These are tall. NTC fuses, I believe. And then deep down there, can't get to focus. More stuff. More transistors. And then we got a bunch of big relays. Some MOVs right here. Metal oxide varistors. I remember that one at least. Touching bad parts of the board even though it's probably discharged. Gosh, even more opto isolators. I think those might be for the serial port from the looks of it. Because there's the row here. We're trying to rotate. There's a row of them here, and then some of the traces end up going towards this serial port for management. And got the firmware and microprocessor under this sticker here, socketed. I do like how they do that, mostly because it means I can extract the chip for scrap, even though I don't do anything with them. Is that upside down? Yeah, I think that's upside down. Okay, it goes this way. Probably something proprietary for this. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise, really the only other thing to see, I guess, is this back panel, but it's just a PCB with outlets soldered into it. So, which is kind of interesting because these are pushed through the top. So that means these would have been locked into place, and then they would have put the board on after the fact, which I don't know how to tell if something's been wave soldered, but I would assume the wire's attached. I would assume that this ran through a bath of molten lead under here like this, and it coated everything, but I don't know how you protect the wires and stuff. I guess this could have been up here like that, out of the way. This breaker could have been added any time, because it's just a little screw-in piece with spade lugs. And I might actually save it, since it's pretty easy to use. 15 amps. Neat. But, yep, now I got a big mess on my table I gotta clean up. But hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.